Hey guys, today I'm doing a draft on MTGA. It's the Bloomburrow set that released earlier this month. So I thought it'd be cool to give this new set a try. I've played, probably played about 10 drafts so far. So I'm fairly comfortable with the set. And because it's a quick draft, we can take all the time in the world to look over these cards. Okay, so pick one, pack one. Dalport Mage. When one or more creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card. So if you flicker anything, if you bounce anything in frogs, you're going to draw a card. The ability on this card also allows you to return the target to your own hand, your own creature. Huge card, great in frogs. Frogs is a good deck. It's the blue-green deck. Scavenger's Talent. Whenever one or more creatures you control die, create a food token, and that only triggers once. If you upgrade it, whenever you sack a permanent, target player mills 2 cards, and then at the beginning of your end step you may sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. If you do, return a creature from your graveyard. Okay, so good squirrels card. Probably not as good as Dalport Mage. I'd probably lean into that if I was picking purely on power. Builder's Talent is a decent white card. Essentially, it's just you get +1/+1 counters if you've got other enchantments and artifacts coming in at level 2, and then it's a 0/4 when you play it. It generates a wall. Kingfisher's not that great. Consumed by Greed is strong removal. Almost always going to pick that up if you're just looking at the uncommons. Scales is a decent piece of combat. It's a combat trick. Goes well in lizards, but it's good in all black. Other than that, Baker's Bane Duo is probably the best uncommon here, and then everything's kind of middling. I think purely on power, pack one, pick one. Dalport Mage. I'm trying to think what other blue decks. It's pretty much a frogs only card, so it's not as flexible as maybe like a Consumed by Greed, for example, which might fit into 2 or 3 decks that are good. But I'll pick the Mage to begin with. Okay. So if we're staying flexible, staying open, another Scavenger's Talent. I'm not sure. I think I prefer Fel over just the Scavenger's Talent. If we were playing Squirrels, Bushy Bodyguard's decent. Sky Skipper Duo is great in frogs. So if I just wanted to push frogs harder, Druid of the Spades, okay. I think the best card is clearly Fel. I think Scavenger's Talent is decent. And then I think for me it's between these two. And Fel is staying open, Sky Skipper's pushing frogs. And this is a great frogs card. And black-blue is rats, which isn't the best. I'll stay open. I think I can pick up a Sky Skipper Duo later on, worst case scenario. Okay. Ooh. So a crazy good black card. A pretty decent frogs card. 3 great squirrel cards. Heaped Harvest is great in squirrels. Vine Reaper's obviously the it's the standard uncommon gold card that kind of tells you what the set is doing or what the color pair is doing. Quartzberry Cultivator, very good as well. I think Fort Stalker Warlock is probably the strongest card in this pack, if I was leaning towards black. Long River Lurker gives ward to all your frogs, and when it enters, a target creature you control can't be blocked, and whenever it deals combat damage, you may exile it, so you get to flicker it. So ward on all your frogs, essentially. I think it's just Fort Stalker. Even if I was playing squirrels, I think it's the best card in black, so it would still be the best card. Pulls me further away from frogs. Another two great squirrel cards. Long Rivers is an okayish frog card, so it's a counter spell with a gift to counterspell spells versus just creatures. Would I ever be in Lizards? No, this is kind of weak anyway, even if I was. I think it's Corpseberry. And I might just look at the Dowerport Mage as kind of not too relevant if I'm leaning towards squirrels. And obviously Heaped Harvest is also good, so it's a choice between the both of them. Yeah, I think I'm between these two, and I think the Corpseberry wins out for me. Let's see. Seaglave's okay in mice, or it's great in mice, but we're so far from mice it's not happening. Another Sky Skipper if I wanted to lean frogs. Haven't really seen too many frog cards. I've seen a lot of squirrel cards, and I think I have a feeling some of them are going to wheel. Cash Grab, probably easily the best card here in the uncommons, and obviously a great squirrel card. I don't mind Scales of Shale as a one-off in my squirrels, better in lizards. Early winter, it's a good filler, I guess. I think it's just the Cash Grab, and then we're leaning very heavily into squirrels. These are both okay frog cards. Rabidnor's great removal in red. Nothing else is too exciting, but the Daggerfang is a great squirrels card. So just to explain the squirrels format for anyone who doesn't know it, it's all about foraging, and foraging is either sacking a food or milling free cards, or sacking free cards in your graveyard. So this puts cards in your graveyard, and it's a 3/2 with Death Touch, and it's a squirrel, so it does everything you're looking for, essentially. Cool. Bit of lag there. Bellowing Cry is a frog filler card. Hidden Grotto's fixing, but it's not great. I could splash the Dowerport, but I would have to... trying to think. It's maybe splashable, but maybe not. I think if I'm going squirrels, and that's where I'm leaning, Stargaze is a fine card. Yeah, and I've leaned very far away from the frogs. I've seen Sky Skipper duos, but it's a 5 cost, so I wouldn't want, like the 3 or 4 of these I've seen already. Lots of mediocre frog cards coming up, but great squirrel cards. This generates food and is removal. So the builder's talent is here. Mind Spiral's here. Is there ever a world where we're like black, white, black, blue? Maybe. If that was the case... and none of this looks too exciting, I'll just pick the uncommon. Okay, Druid of the Spade, decent in squirrels because it gets +2/+0 if you have a token. We get tokens as food, food's a token, so that's good. Peerless Recycling allows us to pull 1 card from the graveyard to hand. If we give our opponent a gift, which is in this case a card, we get 2 permanents into our hands. Do I prefer my first Peerless or my first Druid? I think I'm going to take Peerless because I will see more Druids in the future. If we do end up in black-blue, that's an okay card. Fountainport Bell is okay fixing, and the Whiskers Quill does nothing for us. Okay, cool. Ooh. Okay. Parting Gust is good removal in white. Maya, it's Feather's Night. Is this Flying Trample, Ward, discard a card? I was thinking of the other card that looks like this. I think this is just always good, never bad. Straight bomb, right? Might be one of the best cards in the set, right? Because you've got Flying Trample. It's a 6/5 flyer. That's insane. It's got Ward on it, which is they have to discard a card if they want to target it. And all my opponent's creatures have base toughness 1. Yeah. I see 0 downside. I would like the Heaped Harvest, but I mean, I'm never picking it over that. Okay. Interesting cards. The Wolverine is a 5/4 for 5. You would think it's quite good because you're like, oh, when it enters, you can choose one of these. All of these options are actually kind of weak. Fights a target creature token. So it has to be a token, so it's not that good. Artifact and enchantment hate is okay, I guess. And then put a 1/1 counter. It's kind of mediocre across the board. But a 5/4 for 5 is pretty okay. Pretty good. Saver's great. It's -2/-2, create a food token. So we want food because we're squirrels. And we want removal. -2/-2 is fine for removal. It's a fine combat trick. Feed the Cycle is better removal because it removes everything. So in between these two, this is a 2 cost. This ends up being like a 3 cost. Or you could forage for it. And then there's Vren. Vren, if a creature an opponent controls would die, at the beginning of each end step create X 1/1 black rat creature tokens, and it gets +1/+1 for each other rat. So you just fill your board with rats as you kill your opponent's creatures. It would mean we would have to be in blue. It's not impossible, but that'd be forcing us down a path. Versus both these removal pieces are great. I have a strong feeling. It wouldn't surprise me if Saver might have a better win rate just because there's a lot of small things and maybe -2 deals with it, and so you prefer the cheaper remove. I think I'm just taking Feed the Cycle. It's just, it's just great removal, and whenever you're playing like limited or draft, removal that is that good is almost always just, you have to pick it, essentially. Free Tree Root Weaver is mana fixing or ramp. Any color. 2/1/3. 2 costs, and it's got 1/3. It's fine. Scales of Shale, I don't mind. I actually quite like in any deck, but it's probably filler. Flowers Sheer Pot. It costs 5 to you sack the Sheer Pot and then you destroy any non-land permanent as a sorcery. So it's slow, it's costly, it's a sorcery, but you're generating food on 2. So it's great in the squirrels deck. If we're going squirrels, nothing in blue is pulling me that way. I have to be playing black, so a lot of these other cards don't interest me. Ravine Raid is okay-ish, maybe below average. I think the second Sheer Pot, and then in future I'd probably pick a Scales as a combat trick. Sticky Tongue's kind of good even if you're not playing frogs. It's a 3/3 with reach for free. It's decent, and it pulls one of your actually any permanent, so even land, back into your hand. Sticky Tongue, Sinister Monolith, pings them for 1, gives you 1 life at the end, beginning of your combat, and then you can sack 2 life to draw 2 cards. Costs 4 though, so it's very slow. None of these. I mean, Head of the Homestead, if I'm playing as 2 green, because I'm not in white, so it would just be 2 green card, 2 green, free neutral mana, free 2. This is a good card. It's better in green white. I think I'm happy with the Sticky Tongue or the Head of the Homestead. Carrot Cake's great, but wrong colors. Builder's Talent can be great, but again, wrong colors. Do I care about the Starlit? Probably not. I think I'm just going Sticky Tongue as a body. I'm trying to think, is there anything that I even want to bounce? I guess the Sheared Pots I can bounce. Dagger Fang's okay. I am lacking a lot of 2-drops. I'm desperate for... Because if we look... Oh, sorry, wrong button. If we look here, if we're not playing this, we've got removal, cash grab. Yeah, we've got no 2-drops essentially. And this will probably be a 4 cost. Yeah, I need more creatures. I have a Peerless Recycling. I mean, it's a 2-drop. I guess it's okay. It's not my favorite card to play in this position, but it's fine. Nothing here looks exciting to me. Psychic Will, 2 discards for the opponent. This is a nice, like, cap of a deck, but the problem this has is it's expensive. Cost 1 less for each creature card you own in exile and in your graveyard. I didn't realize it was exile as well as graveyard. So when I forage my graveyard, that doesn't matter. I think I like this card in this scenario. Maybe it's a little weak. Treetop Sentries is good in Squirrels. Almost everything else here isn't great. I've seen a bajillion Sky Skippers. Yeah, I think this is clearly the better card for me. Is there a crazy world where we ever leave black? No. And we're probably not leaving green either. I'll take it just in case, but it's never happening. Druid, I'm happy with that. It's a decent free drop. I have a Stargaze. I don't want to. Maybe a Dire Sight, but I probably won't play it. Plume Creed. Yeah, it's all trash now, I think. Sinister. And Might of the Meek. Cool. Deck's looking a little thin. We need, what, 7 cards? Which is pretty tough. 2 great cards for the deck. No rares or uncommons that I'd like. Yeah, it's between these 2. I really want 2-drop, like Baker's Bane duos would be good. Another Cash Grab or another Dagger Fang. Where am I between these 2? Cash Grab can get me my free drops. Can also get me bombs later on. How many creatures is it? Oh, wrong thing again. Let's see, free drops. Dagger Fang, Forked Stalker, Druid, Sticky. There's 5 free drops. I think I'll take the Cash Grab, but hope that wheels. Polywallop, good removal in frogs. Okay removal in just green. I probably will take it. Nothing else looks good here. Shoreline Looter, Long River Lurker, and Sunshower Druid are all great frogs cards. Or Shoreline Looter's just good in any blue deck you're playing. And I'm very far away from playing blue, I think. I think it's just a Polywallop. It's okay removal. It's a bit expensive. Third Cash Grab. It's probably okay, but this is a 2-cost Squirrel. I was talking about how I have almost no 2-cost monsters, or creatures even. I have no 2-cost creatures, right? I have to take this. I like Bandit's talent, it's okay. It has to be the Bonebind. Okay, Bushy Bodyguard solves the problem of not having many 2-drops, and it can be a 4-drop because it's Offspring 2. When this creature enters, you may forage. If you do, put 2 1/1 counters on it. Okay, that's great. Curious Forage is maybe the better card, but I feel like I need the 2-drops. Longstalk Brawl's good. Glide Dive's good to cap off my end game, essentially, the end of my curve. These 2 are good. I would want them, but it's between these two. I mean, having literally, what, two drops? I know I have a lot of removal here. I think I just have to go here. And it becomes a 4-drop worst case scenario, or best case scenario. It's tough. Yeah, I think so. Daggerfang came back, could get another cash grab. I've seen a few cash grabs, so one might wheel. I don't have 2 Daggerfangs, so I'll just take that. Mind Whisker's a great rats card. But we're not in rats. Cool. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Another share pot. I think 3 is way too many. The Sticky Tongue is an okay free drop. I'm trying to think, is there anything I want to bounce? Maybe the Bushy Bodyguard. If it just comes down as a 2-1, which is pretty sad. Diasite we have a copy of. I think I'll go Sticky Tongue. It's just a body. Let's see. Okay, one more Daggerfang. Or a Hazardous Herbalist. Makes my tokens turn into Death Touch when they attack, and they get +1 attack. How many tokens would I have? This guy generates 1 token creatures, that is. I have 1, right? This just doesn't do anything, so it's another Daggerfang. Early Winter or Stargaze or a Heaped Harvest. Heaped Harvest, I don't have any. Would be nice to have 1. I don't actually have a huge amount of... I guess this benefits from food, this benefits from food, this does as well. And so does the... I have 4 cards that pay off from food. So, not as deep in payoffs as I'd like. Heaped Harvest or Early Winter. I have a lot of removal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Daggerfang's a pseudo removal, maybe. Early Winter's very weak as well. I think it's just the Heaped Harvest. None of this is useful to me, right? Yeah, none of it's good. I guess I could play this as green in a really worst case scenario, but I don't think we're there. Sunshower Druid is playable in frogs, but nothing else really. I do have 2 Sticky Tongues that could bounce this if I need the 1-drop. And I have a Bell already if I need that. This came back. And then a Mind Drill. And then a Pathmaker, so cool. I think we're pretty much what we've got in the main deck is what we'll play. Let's have a quick look. See. I have to drop 1 card. So this is probably a forecast. What is my worst card? I'm not dropping any of my 2-drop creatures. Even though they're mediocre, I just feel like Bushy's good, Bonebind's mediocre, Free Tree's mediocre. I like my high end, I need my high end. Druid is maybe a bit on the weaker side. I like having 1 Stargaze. Is Druid the weakest? Because it becomes a 4 free with trample if you have a food out. Maybe I don't want 2 cash grabs. Peerless Recycling's kind of mediocre. But I have two big creatures I wouldn't mind bringing back. How many creatures do I have in total? Actually. And then I ended up type creatures. I have a lot of free drops. I can probably drop the Druid and be fine with it. Yeah, I'll drop the Druid. That's okay. Black, green. And then lands, black or green do I need more of? I guess I have a couple double black cards, so 9 swamps, 8 forests seems pretty good. Cool. And that's the draft. I think this deck's got that one bomb, like black card. I'm trying to think, is it good or bad? It's probably, I want to say it's average, pretty mediocre deck. I got nothing but swamps in my hand, and I've got nothing but green playables, so I have to mulligan this. Okay, a bit more playable. Do I just remove the poly wallet? Probably. It's a bit expensive. I'm going first, so I'm on the play. Want the Daggerfang out. That's. I'm keeping 6, and I mean, I'd like the Polywallop, but I guess the Shearpot's a removal card anyway. Kind of disgusting. This won't Forage, and it won't Offspring. I think I'd rather play it on 4. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So what does this guy do? He's the one that gets a +1/+1 if you return another creature. Okay. Now I have a decision to make here. Do I play Heaped Harvest or Daggerfang? Daggerfang's good because it slows him down. He's less able to attack into me. But this is better ramp. And it means I can play Bushy Bodyguard next turn and have two Forages. I think that's worth it. Take action. It's the slower play, but it's the higher value play. Even the Shearpot, by not playing this on 2, was the slower play. But this is kind of slow, right? And the Daggerfang will deal with it. I might even go Daggerfang first, worst case scenario. Okay, so I want to play this as 4. That would become a 4/3, and the 1/1 would become a... Yeah. If I get a land next turn, I can play both of these. I think I just play as I intended. And I will get a land, so yeah, that's the smart play. Autopay is fine. Cool. Yeah, I'll Forage. Interesting decision of, do I want to put all the 1/1s on him? Take the action, grab a forest. Or do I want to spread out my 1/1s? Oh yeah, I'm going to Forage again. Oh no, it only puts the... You don't have a choice where you put the 1/1s. Okay, that's fine. He's a 4/4 now. Okay, annoying. This block would be bad for me. I might just double Daggerfang so he can't... Yeah, I'm gonna mill 2 cards. The reason being is if he taps this, he can't attack with it. So he pretty much can't attack into me. I'm fine attacking though, because I'll take the trade. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Let's see. He can't really attack into me. I can remove that worst case, and then I've got 5 in my graveyard, so the squirrel can start munching. Yeah, I'll do a block 1. He probably has a combat trick, or not. Okay, that's not scary. Can I afford both of these? I can't. I feel like I just have to attack with both. And if something dies, so be it. I want this in first, so it can start ramping. I have 6 in the graveyard, so that's fine. He will be able to forage. Oh, he forages on combat. I should have played him to begin with. Though it won't matter next turn anyway, because this will forage and this will forage itself. Weird choices by him. Okay, that can attack now if it wanted to. Could just polywallop, swing was free. Or swing was these two. Yeah. I will forage with that. Swamp. I want the cheap stuff and none of my creatures essentially, right? Because I have a peerless recycling. Okay, all of these can attack, and I'm fine with that. I still have this as removal if he's got something big and scary. Cool. Is this scary to me? Prowess, draw a card, then discard a card. If this is free black, I could forage. Don't want to forage. Oh, I can do it twice, right? So I'll pay the forage cost to kill the the otter ball, which is good. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna forage, and I'm gonna kill this. Auto pay. What do we want to forage? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Because this is going to go into my graveyard, this removal card. And that way I can forage once again when I drop this for 4. And he gets the 1/1 for foraging, and he'll get another 1/1 for foraging. He could have a removal spell, which is fine. So then the question is, do I want to let him draw cards? When this taps, draw a card, then discard a card, copy an instant as sorcery. Sure, why not? He kind of has to make the trade, right? And I have 2 removal options for it, worst case. Yeah, I'll forage everything. Draw a card, put a 1/1 on. This does nothing for me. But yeah. If he has an overprotect, I guess this survives. He has no combat trick. Yeah, so anything he plays next turn, I can pretty much double remove if I get an extra mana. Got an extra mana. This is sorcery speed, this isn't. Okay, I'll just attack with both. What's in my graveyard? Not enough. Cool. 5 damage. Oh, sorry, 7 damage. I don't know why I said 5. Playing this changes nothing, right? I'll just hold it back. Sure. He played nothing on my turn, all his mana was untapped. He probably has 2 lands in hand. Yeah, and he's gonna forfeit. Q. Is this deck mediocre? Probably mediocre, honestly. Yeah. It's got 1 or 2 great cards, maybe. Let's see. Let me think for a second. This is a great card. A lot of good cards, not a lot of great cards. These 2 removal pieces are great, actually. Yeah, so 2 great removal pieces. This is a great card too, and then that's a great card. Or, you know, a fantastic card, and then 3 great cards. Yeah. I mean, I feel like in draft, if you can get on the board, have a presence, and then you just have removal for anything that's big on their side, and we have what, like 4, 5, 6 removal cards. It's kind of hard to go wrong even. 2 into cash, and then heaped harvest, and then we also have that. Also, it's worth remembering we mulliganed last game, and it still went well for us, so that's good to know. Let's see. Cash grab. Pawn profits. Very good for him. Happy to cash grab here. Treetop or Daggerfang? Treetop. And that put 4 in our graveyard. Yeah. Can't underestimate cash grab in that regard. Because you're getting a food and 4, so you're getting 2 forage sources. So there's a question of, do we start ramping this guy, or do we put the heaped harvest down? Or ramping our mana? I think we put him down. Cool, and then swamp, cash. Would I block if he attacked? Oh, Mousetrapper, interesting. Probably would block. I'm trying to think. Crumb and get it isn't good enough. What else could he have? Crumb and get it. Ooh, scary. See, part of me wants to fell this and then maybe Shearpot. I guess I could block it with this, but I'm only ever going to... Is there anything really higher end than, like, would he have a 5-drop? And I have the Shearpot anyway to use. I have good mana, so the heaped harvest isn't too important. Okay. My logic is I can keep foraging, keep getting this bigger, keep putting pressure on. You can't kill. Cool. And yeah. Still have 1 removal. Could always pull the Daggerfang to play defensive. Okay, Sky Skipper's the pawn profit probably. Okay, I might hold the feed the cycle for a second. I could heaped harvest, and then you can't defend. Yeah. Just really ramp up my mana, put pressure on him. There is a part of me that does want to get on the board a bit. Okay, I'm gonna go for my Daggerfang duo. And I'm gonna kill this food. Do we get another piece of land? Take action. Sure. And then we swing. He can swing for more, so that's scary. But I have 7 land now, so I can play both of these next turn. That can be scary with a buff. Can do a lot of damage. I might have to stop swinging soon. Probably stop swinging next turn. Okay. And like maybe not even forage this food. It's scary, right? Sticky tongue. Okay. Has reach. Yeah, I think I won't forage the food. Yeah, we'll mill. It's a little scary now. He's kind of outraced me quite well. Maybe shouldn't have swung last turn was the squirrel here. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, okay, Maya's in Maha? And my PS recycling's gone, so that's sad. Okay. If I do it again... Could I that's interesting. Could I defend this and then swing with that? I'm gonna decline. It's a question of if I swing here, I do 6. He has to hold stuff back. Doesn't have to hold this back. But I could do like double removal, couldn't I? I think I'd chill. Okay, that was probably smart to chill. He has to be careful how he swings on me because my swing back might kill him, especially with 2 removals. This is vigilance, obviously, so that's a bit tricky. Oh, that's bad. Okay. This. It's gonna do 2, 2. Oof, he kills me if he has 1 damage. I swung too much on him. Okay. Does he have 1 damage? Oof. I'm in a tight spot. I have 2 pieces of food to heal. And I have a piece of removal. Could heal for 6. That would cost me 4 mana, and then I'll have 5 mana left over. Well, I could kill one of these. And forage that. Okay. First thing first, I want to kill... I think I want to kill the double striker, because it scares me the most. It has vigilance as well. And I'm going to pay forage for it, and I'm just going to forage... what's in the yard, right? Is there a world where I ever get to 11 damage? There isn't, is there? Could I pull treetop sentries back? I'm putting this down, right? No matter what. Because it has reach, so I can block one of these flyers. Okay, I can pull him back. Now it's a question of, do I play this because it has reach? Yes. Or do I heal? Is healing better than having an extra... Because he does 2, this heals for 3. Healing's better, right? More mana efficient, safer. Ooh, I have to do this actually, because... There's an argument I should have double healed even, and not pulled him back. Because he can Warren Elder. He can Warren Elder twice and I'm dead, aren't I? Oh, I shouldn't have pulled this back. That was a mistake. Did it make a difference? Didn't make a difference, right? He has 5 on board. Yeah, I lost this because I was too aggressive with my corpse berry. For sure, I could have won this if I just stayed back. Yeah, I think so. I think that was bad play by me. Feels like that was the case. Currently 1-1. Just trying to think back on the game. Yeah, he had like the 3-2. He was swinging for like 5 while I was swinging for like 3 or 4. And I had a lot on board that was like ramping up and getting stronger, so definitely me being overly aggressive. Cool. Let's see what we got. Ooh, this is rough. I'm on the draw. If I get to 3 mana, I can play the game. If I don't get to 3 mana, I just lose. This is one of those hands where kind of 50-50. I have a shared pot I can play, but that's useless to me unless I'm on the draw, so it's 1 turn, 2 turn, 3 turns. I get to draw 3 times before. Am I going to find a land in 3 turns? Also, I'm 2 swamps, which isn't great. I think I will. I think I'll hold. On the play, you have to mulligan this, I think. Because you're seeing 1 less card, so you might miss your curve entirely. Yeah. What's he gonna play? We've got a blue. Okay, cool. We got a forest, so we're sorted already. It's just gonna share part into cultivate into Daggerfang, or Daggerfang into. Cool, more land, which is perfect for us. Maybe Daggerfang first. Cultivator blocks this better. Daggerfang blocks that better. If I play this, I would have 5 mana next turn. Doesn't really help. If I play this, I would have... Yeah, I think I just play this. Let it start ramping. Can play this next turn potentially. Nice. Can start blocking these. So this lets him see the top of the graveyard. This lets him ping me for 1 every time he casts a spell. That also sees the top of the graveyard. It's a mountain. Okay. 4 mana, a little awkward. I think in this scenario, it's just a straight heaped harvest. Start ramping up my mana. Cool, we take the action, grab a forest. The squirrel will eat this and we'll grab another forest. And we don't want to attack because he has more damage than us. And he can just kill this anyway in the trade. Okay, scary. Deals 2 damage. Okay. We have 6 mana. I think just getting some board down is what I want to do. Yeah, just get my board state up a bit. I'm gonna not... Yeah, I'm gonna submit 0. I could pop a land back and play it because I haven't played a land this turn, right? Going to mill so we can forage. Yeah. Cool. Comes a 5/6. No attacks this turn. I might attack with the Daggerfang. Probably not. I need a way of like getting past these. There's a world in which I shouldn't have played the Daggerfang because of the Boom Blast. But can also deal 3, so you could have killed either, so he's gonna play it regardless, right? Arguably a reason I might have stargazed and cash grabbed, but his board's so big I have to put some presence down, right? Okay. I need a way of breaking his board. Ooh. Might cash grab first. See what I can get. Okay. I mean, I just want this, right? And then I'm probably just playing the free tree. And I'm playing that if I can. Do I forage? I probably do. Cool. Swamp, cash grab, dagger fang. Cool. No attacks. Enter. This will put him on a clock. This will be hard for him to deal with. This also will be hard for him to deal with. And I can remove stuff eventually. This costs 5, I have 6 mana. Mana's not as high as I wish it was. Okay, interesting. He doesn't have a counter spell up, which is worth noticing. Oof. Resolve. I'm probably trading if it comes to it. Pass to attackers. Okay, pass to blockers. Cool, trade. Pass to damage. If I kill this, he pretty much has no... Do I need the food? Do I need to heal? Does this need to get any bigger? Not really. I think I would rather have the health. Okay. I have 7 mana. This is 5, this is 4. 7. 3. This is 4. 3, that would be 9. Could be 4 and 4. 4 and 4 is doable. Oh, I actually have 8. 4 and 4? Interesting. Sure. Do I want to forage? Question. Why not, right? There's no downside. I guess if I have a peerless recycle, right, I could keep creatures. If I swing, what does his counter swing look like? 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It looks scary, right? His counter swing. No attacks. Fuck me. He's got so many cards on the board, I have so few. Could pay 6. If I pay 5, I get to look at 10 cards. Oh, if I look at 3, I get to look at 6 cards, put 3 of them, I lose 3 life. 6 cards. Makes this super cheap, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Actually, I should have thought about that last turn. This puts stuff in my graveyard, so makes it significantly cheaper. This will cost me 5. I'm fine with that. Auto pay. This. Oh, it didn't make it cheaper because I didn't put any creatures in my graveyard. But I have enough for it. Okay. I'm just going to play this then. Submit 0. Decline. Well, it depends. Yeah, I can do these. Okay. Swing was this. He can't possibly block it. On his swing back, do I survive? I think I do. Okay, he doesn't block. I meant he couldn't block it as in like nothing survives. The blocker kills this. Oh, that is scary. Also, because I played the Sentinel, I can't bounce him back, which is sad. Let's see. I do have another sticky tongue, so potentially in the future I can bounce him back. Okay. What's the scariest creature here? These are annoying because they deal 1. That's scary because it will deal a lot to me. If I play this... This is 2, and then that's 4. This is 4. Is this a world in which the squirrel can attack? I think it is. Puts him on 1 turn pressure. Decline. I'm going to attack. Cool. And I can gain my food, right? So next turn I can attack with everything. He has to do something. Can use these 2 to heal. He's on a 1 turn clock. He has to swing everything against me. And he has to do 11 damage. You might have it. Fuck me. That's the 1 card that wins him the game. Also, that tapped that, which isn't great, but oh well. Right. Oh, I can only grab something with powered 2 or less. Also, I should have waited then to eat the food and use that as a blocker. That's a mistake. Right, that's also a mistake because that just goes in my graveyard, right? And I can use this to summon my bird. How much mana do I have? 5? He has to block this, right? He has to block it with 2 creatures as well, right? Because it's menaced. Cool, that's fine. And just play this again. I feel like he made a pretty big mistake there, taking that creature, allowing me to kill it. Arguably, I could have swung with it as well. Okay. If I flower pot, sheer pot even this guy, does he have a blocker? For this. Next to combat. Gonna decline for now. Do this. Next to blockers, next to damage. Q. I feel like this game, there was probably a few mistakes by me. I think when you get these big board states, there's quite a lot of room to make errors. Potentially like, oh, I should have attacked with this on this turn, or something along those lines. I feel like he made a bunch of mistakes as well. That's fortunate for us. I'm trying to think. Is there any really big mistakes? Sheer pot was awkward. We had it for almost the entire game, but we just couldn't. It's just so expensive. There was the mistake of, I guess, eating my food too early. Awkward because we have no 2-drops. But other than that, this is a great hand. Like, great mana to spell distribution. It's just a little slow, I guess. But this deck feels a little slow and should be okay being slow. Scary. Very scary. I think I'm happy playing this and milling 2. Yeah, this this ramps for him, so it generates mana. And when he expends 4, he gets 1/1. Part of me just wants to heap Tarvis. Can even bounce it. Yeah. He's not. I've got nothing I can do on the board. He's got very little he can do on the board. No attacks. Man, I wish I had a combat trick. I wish I feel like, is there Scales of Shale in my sideboard? No. I'll happily trade if it comes to it on this. He's losing out on mana, he's losing out on ramp. This is annoying too, actually. It only has 2 HP for now. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Raccoon Rallier. Okay. I could play this. If he has a combat trick, it's annoying. Or I could just play these 2 boys. And then trade into either of these. I think for now, these ones. I'm probably putting the Heaped Harvest back. Just so I can ramp another mana on a bad turn, maybe. Nothing right now is foraging, so, and I can always forage from my graveyard because my graveyard's pretty big. Would I trade this with this? That's an interesting thought. Probably. Combat tricks are scary if he has one. Plays his Raccoon because it was on the top of his deck, right? So, or was it? It was exiled, so you had to play it, right? I feel like I have to. And if he has a combat trick, so be it. These are playable. This is 4. Oh, I can play both then. No need to Heaped Harvest yet then. Okay. A lot in my graveyard. Maybe I do want like a dire site in this deck. Okay, heaped harvest by him. His deck's funky as well, it's 3 colors. I thought it was just raccoons at first, but he's got swamps for some reason. If he swings, I have a bone bind, which means throwing this into the attack isn't too bad. Okay. Boom. Should I hide the bone bind so he doesn't know? Potentially. Grabbing land thins out my deck, means I'm more likely to draw spells. Take action. If I hide the bone bind, he doesn't know I can recur this. So he's more willing to use removal and stuff on it. I mean, he has to anyway, right? Okay. He's ramping up well. Because he could triple block it. I guess keeping a card in my hand as well threatens a potential combat trick. I can eat my heaped harvest. Might be mana efficient to do so. I would trade his duos with my duos. Oh, that's scary. Because he's got so much trample, it's scary. Oof. This is a pretty nasty raccoon deck. Resolve. 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 As he spread it out, that's annoying. Okay, take action. Should have played the bone bind in hindsight. Okay. This is scary. This is also kind of scary. The raccoon rallier. This is scarier. Okay, now I definitely can't attack with that. Ooh, I'm in an awful spot. Because I can't his board. I feel like this deck's getting beaten by boards that are just wider. But I think this goes to the problem I was having in the draft where I had no 2-drops. So I have I can't get wide on the board. I have very few 2-drops. But then again, it's just a case I have a ton of mana. I did do heaped harvest 3 times. So I would actually only have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 mana. He heaped harvest, so he would have had 6 mana normally. Oof, that's GG, right? Yeah, that's GG. Unless I have a spell and he's scared. He's not scared. Yeah. Oh, that's rough. So I guess attacking was the Husk Burst that also hurt me that game. But also, maybe it was unwinnable anyway, because everything has trample. He's wider than me, even if I blocked everything. Another game I might have lost because I attacked when I shouldn't have. Just trying to chip in damage when he has a wider board than me. Probably doesn't make sense. But I guess because I had the Bonebound Orator, I was kind of hoping he would triple block it. Let's see, 2 3-drops, a 4-drop, a Stargaze. Arguably, maybe what this deck needs is card draw. Potentially. Let's see, because if I'm having a few hands where, because of the heaped harvest and stuff, I'm actually getting my mana out quite easily, but then I'm just having dead hands. Okay. I'm going to Sticky Tongue nothing. Just because that blocks better than the duo. There's a really slow world in which I duo, Sticky Tongue, duo again to mill lots of cards. Seems slow and bad though. That's a shame. Good removal by him. Play the swamp. Because I can't forage with that, I'd rather play him, get 3 in the graveyard, and then I have the opportunity to forage. Oh, it's such a... I kind of don't want to forage it. I mean, I might take this trade if he offers it, just so I can recycle this card later on. That's atrocious for me. I have 5 mana. I'm going to attack. If he trades, I'm happy. He won't trade. He will trade? He has nothing to equip it to. That's his haste guy. That makes no sense, surely. That allows me to draw a card without sacking the best card in my deck to a Forage. So if I ever pull a Peerless Recycling, I can pull it back. Bushy Bodyguard. Rough. I might have to Stargaze. Cash Grab's perfect, right? Puts loads in my graveyard. I have 5 mana, so I can still play the Sticky Tongue. Oof. Do I want the swamp? How many, if I look here, how many creatures is that? 1, 2, 3. So this would cost 5. I want this, right? Okay. Definitely want this. I can even play it next turn, potentially. And then this will become a 6/5. Play this. Shove nothing. Does he want to trade again? This trade would be great for me. No. Maybe if I held both back, I could double trade into it. Yeah, that's probably true. I could polywallop it, right? Make him re-equip, it's expensive. And not block for 1 turn, that's fine for me. This is a sorcery, dude. It's right? To equip is a sorcery. No blocks. What? Is he not going to play? What? He's doing everything wrong, surely. It does nothing. I just want to get my board state up. How much does this cost? 4. Oh, he wants to do it in the air, maybe? I haven't got mana in a while, which is annoying. I want to put this down and then in a later turn. This is just 5. I think next to combat. I'm happy to see something trade. Because I'll just polywallop his flyer. Okay, I don't know. He's playing very badly, but Quartzberry goes in and then double bushy bodyguard. Potentially. I can't even trade, right? I'd put 2. It's a weird trade. He's getting 2 for 1s, right? If he trades. I can put in pretty disgusting pressure, right? And I can polywallop. Bad deck by him, right? Just absolutely all over the place. But I guess I had 2 and 1 or 1 and 2 score-wise, so makes sense. I'm not gonna block. Ooh, it's painful, but think I have to polywallop. So he has to reattach it. Maybe attack was that, block was other stuff. Does this have reach? Well, it doesn't matter if it has reach, right? So if I polywallop, I'm in such an awkward spot. I just don't have enough mana, and he's got too much pressure on me. I think I'd polywallop. I think that would be good even if the weapon wasn't on it. The question is, do I then just do a single bushy bodyguard? Just so I have stuff down? Probably have to. Does he block? I think I'm gonna do a single bushy. Sack free. Okay. He's in an awkward spot because if he puts that on swings, not only can I block, but my counter swing could be quite dangerous. Oof. That doesn't have haste, right? So he's just putting 5, 6, 5. Let's kill it. Not too bad for me. It's blockable, no trample. Actually not that bad at all. I'd take this trade even if it wasn't doing 8 damage, right? I'd do the trade on the free, never mind, an 8 free. He's lost, right? He can block this, I can only do... This is sorcery speed. It's pretty much lost. Maybe well, this will hold back. That's fine, everything's fine. He has to block was 1, so yeah, this can defend, worst case scenario. Sure. Cash grab, poly, sticky. Probably not creature, but yeah, so I swing with everything. This would defend if he didn't, but he has to do something. Because I'm doing what? 12 damage. So now he has no creatures and 1 HP. The sword's scary, but you would need a haster that does 6 damage. That could get... He would also need to remove my squirrel. Okay, nice. I'd say good game, but honestly, he played really badly. And I played okay, I guess. Having quite a few games where I'm just getting like... Every game it feels like their board's wider than mine, and I have like a couple strong creatures, and I'm struggling to... But I'm missing every 2-drop, right? Like I'm trying to think if I 2-dropped once this game. Because I only have 3 2-drop, right? Like cash grab's not really a 2-drop shout. Like all of these aren't 2-drops. Oh, this is a nightmare hand. Because I can't play this, can't play this. Could play Shearpot on 2. I have... Oof. If I don't get a green, these are dead. I'd need 2 swamps to make this work. This doesn't get me anywhere. Cash grab could get me lands. I think more often than not, this just punishes me. Like if I get 2 more, if I get 1 more swamp, let's say, I have nothing I can play. Oh, it's close. I'm on the play as well, so it's really bad. This is a great hand, fantastic hand, perfect hand. Couldn't wish for more. Perfect, yeah, and I throw a land back because I have lots of lands. Probably just a swamp. I have a lot of double black stuff. Cool. Tree root, free tree, root, berry, heaped harvest, right? In that order. A little spooky, but not too spooky. Play this, I can now play 4 mana worth of stuff. Next turn. Could do, if I do this and this, that's 4 mana, 5 mana. If I find a map, little spooky. Okay. If I Heaped Harvest, I'll have 4 mana. Then I would have... I think this gets it so I can play 2 next turn anyway, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think so. No attacks. Okay, that's fine. Because put this down, he destroys that. I guess it comes in tapped. Oof, Hunter's Talent's brutal. Slows me down a bit. I think I daggers. I lose out on a land though. It's just this, right? It has to be this. I need the land. I want a black land because I have a double black. Let's see. This is scary, that's scary. I guess Daggerfang handles this. Do I have any enchantment hate in the deck? I don't think so. Don't want to swing on that. No blocks. Could have played the Daggerfang. Lose out on the land, but it's a little bit better. Ooh. Shearpot actually. Great card here. Pick action. A little awkward. Okay. Shearpot's great because I can destroy the enchantment. Daggerfang's great because I can block that. So Shearpot handles that. Daggerfang handles that. Is this scary to me? Eventually it is. If he has removal for my Daggerfang, I can't handle that, but it'll become a 5-drop anyway. This is the riskier play, attacking here. But I couldn't block that anyway, or it would be a really brutal block. Whereas the Daggerfang can block as long as he doesn't have any combat tricks. There's a world where I have to Shearpot the Elder versus the enchantment because this is just putting too much pressure down right now. Interesting. Stargaze is good, but slow. Sticky Tongue isn't gonna do anything special other than be a body. Sticky Tongue has kind of been great in this deck because I have so few creatures. But it's also done nothing, not a lot of bounce value, I guess, in this deck. That's brutal. I guess I could have blocked that if I had this up, so I'd have 1 more HP. That's nice. Do I have 3 cards in there? No. I can't afford to eat the food, so I'm just gonna forage it and hope he doesn't have any removal on me. Draw a card, then discard a card. Ooh, this Stargaze is gonna hurt as well to play. Oh man, the Splash Lasher really wrecked me. If I held back one more HP, I got 4 in on him. In the big scheme of things, it was fine. Other than the fact that it is over, isn't it? Other than the fact that 1, I died, and then 2, I think he was just overwhelming me anyway with this card, Polywallop, the Splash Lasher. I didn't have enough. I had the expensive removal, so I couldn't play the Sticky Tongue. Okay. I guess I was right. Mediocre deck. Some good cards, but it just didn't come together all that well. I wish I had more like Baker's Bane duos, I guess. Would have rounded it out nicely. Scoreline was 3 wins actually to 3 losses, so perfectly average. But ideally, I mean, when you're drafting, you want 60% win rates. You want to be hitting these 4, 5, 6 wins. But yeah, that was really fun. I've been really enjoying Magic again. I started playing this when this set came out this month. I'll probably do more on the channel in the future. So if you like it, feel free to subscribe, and there'll be more in the future. And I'll see you next time.